Out of range. Too far away. acquire a target.
Sands consume you.
What brings you here? May we all find what we seek. Farewell. The skies call to me. In unity, find strength.
Time is money, friend. Keep it real.
Time is money, friend!
Do not proceed. You will be eliminated.
So many possibilities. Fair skies and strong winds.
System failure in 5.
Loktar. May your blades never dull.
I am looking forward to our negotiation.
I have many, many wares. Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
My might cannot be matched. Ahead is Korvan.
Oh, hi.
It is good you are here. Tread softly.
It works! Oh, I hope it's more books or gems. Let's go.
Directive? May your cause hold true.
Go on then, champion. Have a go. I'll help you if I can.
It's reinitializing. I now have access. But
what?
I will ensure your name is in the archive. This will take some time. Dagrand and I can handle it from here.
Right. Let's do this. Tell Ma not to wait up.
There you are. What was all this fuss about in the archive now? Are you here to chat or work?
Let's get down to business then.
You may take your leave. May your hammer strike true.
There we go. Batteries in and supplying power. Let's see what this thing knows. Blast it all to the nether.
What's the problem, Dagrand?
All these discs are cracked or broken. We'll need more disc fragments if we're to get anything useful out of this machine.
I suppose that's where our friend comes in.
I'll contemplate what we talked about.
wish. Moira, can I speak with you?
Don't worry, Father. I have everything under control.
I can see that. Better than I would have done with these machines.
Plenty of treasure around here. And I'm betting we can use it to take the fight to Zalatath.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Trouble? Get yourself a key, then check your map for the location of these bountiful delves. We've been finding these keys in the strangest places. Make sure to keep your eyes out for them.
What brings you here? Farewell. Greetings, traveler.
It's not junk, it's treasure.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable. My thanks for your patronage. My directive is to serve you. Return and peruse my inventory again.
You address the Queen Regent of the Dark Iron Clan. I dismiss you.
There is much left to do. May your aim never...
I will accompany you, champion. I want to learn about the Storm Riders and their bond with their rooks. Is this all that remains of the Storm Riders?
Very well.
We need to ask someone who knows them well. Lucella, may we speak to you?
All the storm rooks are gone. I can't help you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have my rook... fish to, water.
She is hiding something. Follow her.
Shaubendry, no!
Easy, friend. We don't want to harm your rider.
Conversation initiated. Winds and wings carry you. Trust in the edict. The Titans drive my directive. Returning to task. Every Stormrook has its own personality.
An ancient Storm Rider outpost. Meet us there, champion. Tell me.
Shaubendry doesn't belong to anyone. But she chose me. Besides, nobody else could handle her. She has this tendency to corkscrew unexpectedly.
Hold, Outlanders. This place is off limits to all but Stormward Baelgrim.
The goblins are, and it makes sense because now it's goblin time, and there's been references to the Undermine for a while, and now it's time to go.
That is definitely why it was concepted into here. They're like, underground expansion, we gotta go to the Undermine, and Ian said very much that in the interview. So you are 100% right. Why it's being thrown in here? John, you want to take a guess?
Well, I don't know if this answers the question. I don't know if this answers the question you're asking, but I assume it's so that they can turn Undermine into the Horde version of Belameth, and reclaim it and make it a Horde neutral city where everybody can go to be together and be friends and have portals to other spots.
Oh,
like Belameth is.
So, like, instead of the Night Elves getting their like new neutral city, you're gonna have from like the Emerdrasil being transformed. You're gonna have Undercity as the Horde version. Huh,
yeah,
that would be pretty cool. I hadn't even thought about that. That is sound but wild. I love that.
Yeah, and I guess we're probably to tie it in. That doesn't tie it in with War Within at all, but I think that's why we're going there. But to tie it in with War Within, it's probably got to do with Azerite. The goblins drilled too deep and unleashed a beast of fire and flame and something along those lines. Is my guess.
All right, so over the course of number of speculations, I was like, okay,
Do you
well,
need ore or gems?
at the end of
Sorry, I have not
the
seen
leveling
it.
campaign,
And
before
I
we go
walked
into the
all
raid,
over this site,
the last time that the
except
heroes
for the
meet
towers.
Zalatath
Heights
is
are
the
not
fight with
for
Ilaria,
me.
where Ilaria damages the dark heart. Right? So we're like, okay, well now
the goblins cycle enthusiastically, Paul. No, my curiosity
helped him
ended when I found
make
something
the demon
dead
soul.
in the main tower.
And they put his plates on him, didn't they?
They put the plates on him, yes. And so Zalatath is going to the goblins, probably most likely Gallywix, to help repair the Dark Heart, is my thoughts of it. Yeah. And if you look at the images that were that are out there, there's a lot of Titan structure, and I was like, and so there was a question of like, and you said it, the goblins dug so deep and greedily. There was a question of like, oh, is that an alternate way to the World Soul? But what if the goblins didn't get to the World Soul, but instead made it to the Manifold? The Manifold being the Titan constructed seal around the World Soul. And that allowed them to sort of kind of backwards engineer some of the goblin technology, and that's why the goblins are a little bit ahead of the game. Anyways, so like there's a lot of tinfoil hat stuff that I was throwing around. I guess this is a backhanded plug for Hail Zalatath, but I was pretty excited about story stuff.
Strike true.
The thing about this patch is that even though you can't fly in the city of Undermine, there are other areas that we're going to be going to, and in those areas, you will be able to still fly. So you're not ground locked like we're going to the Timeless Isle or something like that. And I know, Sean, I think you had said this in a number of episodes, you hate that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to give you that.
May the path you forge
I'm
be
actually
your own.
Or sometimes you gotta soar all the time.
That's right. I want to be a sorry. I'm a peacock, Jerry. You got to let me fly.
So we've got the Zekir-like challenge. We got these 2 new delves. There's going to be new goblin-based mechanics in the returning delves for this new season. Bran is coming back. Lex was right. She immediately caught them on it, being like, hey, wait a second. You didn't sneak that past me. So Bran is coming back. They didn't want us to have to get a kind of borrowed power reset. So Bran is going to continue to have all the power that he had before, and we're just going to continue to build on him with new curios that are, again, themed on the new season. And also, he's going to grow further in power. So do you think this means that people who are like, oh, I guess I want to push delves for the first little bit are going to now say, okay, I've got to max out Bran so that he starts next season in a good spot?
Oh,
if
they're
they
gonna
haven't
have
already maxed
insane
out?
catch-up mechanics. They always do. Every time they do a, like, you know, smash cut like this, I guess they're called patches, but every time they do a patch like this, they do, like, the craziest catch-up mechanic you've ever seen, where you're able to get from, like, 0 to 100 within 5 minutes. If you have never done a delve, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna get a catch-up mechanic. And you're gonna be happier than the rest of us, because on God, if I have to hear that Nerubian line one more time, I'm gonna tear my hair out. And I do have to hear that Nerubian line. Maybe not the Nerubian line, because maybe we're not doing
strong enough to carry us
if I have to hear that man's stupid little voice telling me, like, oh, next time, the strategy line, you guys have heard me complain about this, I know. And I'm sorry I'm such a hater on this episode. Like, that was not my goal going in.
I'm gonna let you know, Lex. The last episode, the hate earned us some comments. People are like, "Oh wow, Lex is going off."
Oh really?
So your Bran hate is now legendary.
Oh,
we'll keep you and Bran at least 500 meters apart from now on. That said, delves are back, but with the delves, that means that we're again gonna have that thing where they're. You know, the team was happy that they were a way for people to access heroic loot, but they were concerned about having it go beyond that point, and that fed right into Mythic Plus, where people were coming in and being like, hey, you know what, the Mythic Plus 7 is the first level where I can actually get upgrades, and Ian said, like, yeah, that is not the place you should be learning. You don't have the experience. It's going to be a bad time. And so they're looking at creating a new on-ramp or way to, like, introduce people into Mythic Plus a little bit better so that we don't have that clash. But I think from our previous conversations here, we only think that's, like, one part of the problem, right?
Ian did mention a couple of the things. I actually had some, like, while watching that interview, I was like, is Ian Fazdev? And then I came back down to reality. But yeah, that is one part of the problem. It's weird. I've been having this conversation a lot with people. It's a season that's been frustrating for some, and I try to, like, help as much as I can. But obviously, I think it's a pretty unanimous decision that. Or agreement that the gear from delves being as good as it is makes doing the keys that are below 7 feel pointless because you're not getting rewards from them, even though you should be doing those to learn whether you're getting rewards or not. You should run 4s till you understand it all. Drop it, you 2-chested it, great. Pat on the back, drop the next one to a 4. However, outside of that, if the fix next season is to nerf the loot that comes out of delves, I worry how that'll affect the people for whom delves are the only endgame. And this is really hard for me because I don't actually know any of those people. I don't know a single person who doesn't raid and or do keys. I don't know anyone. And, like, am I worried about these people for no reason? Are the people who don't do raid or keys, are they just like, I don't care what, I don't know if the delves drop, I'm going to pet battle anyway? Like, I don't know who these people. But I want to be worried for them. I don't want to punish them needlessly.
So I would make the argument delves replace a mythic plus, or like delves and mythic plus are kind of inherently right. So I would argue, like I, for example, kind of wish that I could exclusively raid it, right, and that was a viable option, and that's what's making it. So I am very concerned about the fact that they're struggling with the level of loot the delves do. I would be very concerned if they nerf it entirely to the point where like it again forces me to play Mythic Plus, which I had more fun with Mythic Plus this season than I usually do. But to be honest, by the end of it, I was still kind of like, damn, I would be having more fun and enjoying this more if I could just do it 100%. And so I really, really want them to figure out, like, I think in my dream world, they need to make it a priority. I hear them that they're concerned about it giving rewards past artifact. They need to have a team that is dedicated to making it so that delves are meaningful as true endgames, right? Where I can choose to raid and delve exclusively. That is a valid decision. That is going to keep me occupied through the season. And like if I never want to touch a Mythic Plus, but I still want to be a viable player in whatever, in raid, in PvP, in high-level Mythic Plus as well. Like I think that they are kind of parallel, but I don't think that, like, you know, I don't think like if you delve, you're blocked from M+. I personally think that should be their priority, or they should just kill them, which I don't want them to do because I was so excited about having solo end games that I could play, and I think that one of the reasons that I ended the season soured on Delve is because it does kind of feel like what it did is it just made Mythic, like, Delves were supposed to make it so I didn't have to do Mythic Plus. What Delves instead did is they made it so I did have to do Mythic Plus, but I had to do Mythic Plus grinding, as opposed to just doing Mythic Pluses during the whole.
Lex, you just sold me. I'm in 100%. It looks like Manny wants to talk, so I want them to talk. But I'm going to let you know, you have just fundamentally changed what I think the solution to this is. And that solution is match the difficulty in Delves to Mythic Plus and have the reward tracks line up. A plus 10 Delve should be as hard as a plus 10 Mythic Plus and should drop Mythic Track in the vault. And I recognize that there's going to be people who are going to say, oh, it's solo content, this should be easier, but it's not. It's another endgame pillar. It's the hidden fourth pillar. It's the Xalatat. This is the harbinger of new endgame. I'm on board. Let's do this. All right, now Manny, tell us how wrong we are.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to tell you how wrong.
Manny's going to say delves are for babies and they should be easy.
Yeah, no, Manny hates solo players.
Like, yeah. The problem is that delves are an endgame. They are already an endgame. Their difficulty can be equal to Mythic Plus. We could get relatively there. Their difficulty could be equal to endgame rating, and they could get it relatively there. For some classes, for some comps, but not for all classes and all comps. And that variance is an issue already. That's like that's already
the exact same way. It's easier for some comps than it is for others.
Yes. This one is worse because it is Lex on her Demon Hunter and how hard it is for her. Lex on her Demon Hunter and then she adds you to the group and how much harder that is for her or not, which then causes her to be like, oh, I really wanted to play with my friends, but it's easier for me to do it alone, or I really want to do it alone, but it's easier for me to do it with friends. And we've already had that issue at the beginning of Delves, where we had some group sizes being easier than soloing or vice versa, and that's already an issue in terms of internal balancing. The other part of it is the same conversation that we have been having about Mythic Plus for so long, happening now with Delves. Well, it's easier and faster for me to organize myself and go do a delve and get that done and fill out my that track in the vault than it is for me to get together 4 other people and hopefully get through the Mythic Plus and get that done than it is for me to get up to 9 other people to do a minimum raid size to get that done and fill that up, right? That's already something that causes delves to be organizationally easier, right? And there was already that issue of well, every time I do the Mythic Plus end of the dungeon loot means that I level up way faster. Delves exacerbate that because I'm guaranteed to get the loot. It's not 2 pieces of loot that's going to 5 people. It's loot going directly to me. Sometimes multiple pieces if I happen to get a key. Delves are just generally right now, if you're getting the same quality of loot, you're getting it at a faster rate with less organizational effort. And that's the issue that was always plaguing raiding versus Mythic Plus, where people who were in raids were saying, wow, I really feel like I have to do Mythic Plus because that's the way to gear up when they're equal. And then they have taken so long to shift at least that final Mythic track gear out of Mythic Plus so that Mythic Plus gearing is at least not as overbearing on raiders as it has been in the past. And delves at the beginning of this expansion, 100%. Everybody's like, do your delves. If you have a choice between doing a delve and doing anything below a 6+ in Mythic Plus, right? The only reason you would do a Mythic Plus is for very particular gear, and that's the same thing with raiding. If you could get the stuff out of raid, or you could get the stuff out of Mythic Plus, the reason that you were doing raiding was for like those particular trinkets or items that were in the raid. And Blizzard has spent such a long time dealing with this balancing issue. That's why they were like, yeah, we don't actually want to immediately jump up to her past heroic, because I'm sure you could talk to any Mythic Raider and they were like, yeah, first couple of weeks I had to fill up the delve track. As soon as it didn't become the highest source of loot, I just dropped it and I never went back. And that's because of the reward system. And the reward system is such a huge part of this question.
So that's fair. And first of all, what I'd say is that's why I think we need to keep it, right? Like, I totally agree that this is a complicated issue that's going to require really high level. I think that, like, to be honest, I think the system they have right now is the worst. Like, I think that this is the worst case scenario for anything. I think that it means that nobody is happy, and I think that it means that you get a bunch of people dropped in on Mythic Plus at a level that's far. And I, like, by the way, I want to be clear. I know that Blizzard is also aware of this, and they have said that they're working on this, and they said they're making a plan. I do think this kind of in-betweeny thing is not. As somebody who loves solo content, and also as somebody who loves raiding, this is my nightmare. Not really. It's not a big deal, but fix it. But they're gonna fix it.
Grab these supplies if you need them, but don't lose sight of the Banshee Queen's prize.
I think the one thing that I kept thinking when I was listening to you talk, though, is that, like, yeah, but, like, nobody really raids for the loot, right? People raid for the experience. And I think that, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but, like, I don't really know, like, you know, people go, like, with maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys are making faces making I'm wrong.
But you could be right that, like, but, like, I mean, obviously there's no absolute. Some people want gear, sure, but, like, a lot of people, at least in circles that I know, raid for the social experience. They love their team, they love the bragging rights, they love the experience, and then the loot is part of fulfilling that greater objective. Fair. That said, people do Mythic Plus for that reason, and the reason that you're pushing so hard for delves is because you want to do delves for that reason. So it's the same sort of thing. There are people who hate a particular thing and feel forced into it. Oh, I've got a PvP this season because that's the fastest way to gear. And there'll be, like, people who will create spreadsheets and be like, first week, you're going to have to get out 1,500 rating and get these gem sockets, and that's going to be the way to gear, even though the person after that never does.
That's fair. And the other thing that I'm now thinking as I'm, like, is that what it sounds like we're saying, and I hear this, I think it's a valid complaint, is that there is a risk that delves could become, for, like, for people who don't like delves, everything that Mythic Plus is for me, right? Where, like, it's a thing that I have to do it, you know, every time I you know, sometimes it's gotten better this season, but like historically, it is something that makes me not want to log on because I know it's something that if I'm going to be playing, I should be doing this thing. I don't want to do this thing, but if I'm playing, I should be doing it because otherwise I'm wasting time. So I'd rather not play and not feel the guilt about the fact that I don't want to do this thing that I know I have to do, and then have the I had to grade log this. Sorry, you guys. Versus try to, go in and either do it or do something else that's not right.
I don't think it's working.
Because of, right, and I agree with that. I don't want Dell to feel, what I really, really want, and what I think Blizzard should be prioritizing, and it sounds like maybe this is making it so that nothing in this game is right. Nobody, and that's never, things are always, there's just inherently something's going to be easier, something's going to be harder, something's going to be difficult, and or then it can feel a lot more pressure to do them. That's an inherent challenge when you're trying to balance any system. It's never going to be perfect. There are always things that are going to feel forced when you are gearing up. But I want Blizzard to take those issues.
I can't do this. The Titans.
Aelgrim summoned the Stormrooks on his own. If he defied the Titans, so can you. Lucella, the Stormrooks know your intentions. Focus. Call them, and they will answer. Well done. The Stormrooks have heeded your call.
Not just mine. Theirs. They chose to help us, of their own free will.
What now, Lucella?
We have a lot of work to do.
The Rooks have chosen their riders. A true bond has been forged. Let honor guide the Stormrooks, and their new riders need time. And you are needed at the shore, champion.
Great. Yet another of your Horde's savages to bark at the recruits.
I speak for the Unbound, but they have no master. Come back and share your experiences.
Go with honor.
I am ready to serve.
You're in luck, Exarch. You get to see how the Horde gets things done.
Training means more than beating your recruits senseless, Orc.
The heart of the Maghar is pure and strong.
Remain steadfast.
Meddling titans. Do the Alliance and Horde always bicker like this? The Unbound, well...
Do you see the strength of the Horde, Exarch?
I see more than you know.
You're back. And Kurdran is here with the Wildhammers now, too. Unfortunately, a few of our new recruits have wandered off with their rooks. I wanted them to have a chance to bond, but it's probably time to round them up. I would have asked Olberig, but he has wandered off too.
A magical city traveling the world. Just think of all... Apologies. We seem to both enjoy exploring. Let's go, Traumer.
That it better be a fiddler with a ready drink. It seems our absence has been felt, Fawa. Best not to keep our admirers waiting any longer.
That appears to be the last of them, for now. But we should stay vigilant, Vatar. Yes, of course. The mission must always come first. Up, boy! Let's fly!
I'm sorry, Lucilla. We cannot wait for this Olberig any longer.
A wee bit stuffy in here, isn't it? How I miss the open skies of the hinterlands.
Just like we practiced, Lucilla. The storm is your ally.
Ulberich, where are you? We need you. Initiating!
Well done. The storm has granted the rooks its strength.
Right then, let's get these birds in the air and see what they can do.
Outlander, please take Shroudbendry up. I'd like to stay in case Ulberich returns.
Let's start by swinging out over the ruins of Dalaran. May it remind you that what goes up can sometimes come back down.
I wish I could have seen it whole. Such a wonder, such a loss.
We'll do a circuit of the bay. The water ought to make for a softer landing, just in case one of you takes a dive.
Yes, but then we would be wet. Think of our clothing, man.
Fly as low as you can. Imagine a cave roof full of stalactites over your head.
Let's not talk about caves. My former directive was mining. I've had enough stalactites, thanks.
Lucilla sure gave your rooks some pep. Woo, they don't seem to be tiring at all.
Fawa and I would like a rest cycle after this, just the same.
You're doing great for a bunch of rookies. I think we can move on to lesson 2. But first, let's buzz the ground troops down on the beach and give old Corallian a scare. Set her down easy. We're just getting warmed up. Take Shroud Bender back out there and blast some targets.
Urge your rook upward. They discharge as they gain altitude.
This would make for quite the show. Anyone fancy putting together an aerial act?
Only if it's an act of war.
Looks like you can handle hitting stationary targets. Let's see how you do in a moving one. Now that was some fine shooting.
The Council of Three Hammers requires me present, but I'd rather be right.
Right then. Let's hunt those beasties. deep, lads and lasses!
Lads, lasses, we are thousands of years old.
It is not age that matters, but experience.
Well done, everyone! I think it's time we gave your storm rooks a breather. Champion, I think I saw the old storm rider Ulberig while I was flying by the meadow. Ye might check on him while I take the flock home to roost.
I came to see where Baelgrim fell. Didn't expect to find the ones responsible. What do you want? Fly high, strike. How often did we have the same argument about our storm rooks, Baelgrim? And how often did that blasted Titan machine wipe away the memory of it? State your business. It's Zarine. Balgrim Stormrook. Zarine. You stayed, even with Balgrim gone. I see now, but you're free now. Go. Fly. Thank you, Zarine. We will honor Balgrim together.
Oathsworn, unbound. It is time for us to come together as one. I bid you welcome. So, we are in agreement?
Yes, we must assist our new allies. And to do that, we must renounce the edicts forever.
It is fitting, then, that we do so here, where it all began, where the edicts were written. Who would like to do the honors? I, the Council Ward of Dornogal, declare that we are all unbound.
Huh?
Conversation initiated.
conversation.
I will go ahead and see if I can slow it down.
Outlander, take Shroudbendry. She trusts you. And I trust you to keep the Storm Riders safe from the Titan's machines.
Conversation initiated.
Anyone else concerned we're out of our depth here?
Remember your training, Catilda.
That won't be hard considering how recent it was.
Look at the size of that thing. Aren't you supposed to be the stalwart one? Now I'm nervous. These skies for one more.
Overig is back, and he has a rook.
Zorion and I are ready to finish what Baelgrim started.
That's complete. We did it.
And in style, too. We have made the Isles safe. Good work, Storm Riders. Take a victory lap and let our people know their shores are safe again.
Danger lurks. It seems the Storm Riders have proven themselves once more. As have you, champion. Know your target.
I hear you need some eyes in the dark, Windrunner.
The Weaver has a lead that may be relevant to our cause. I would follow it myself, but...
You're busy, I get it. Just stay out of my way. Champion, meet me at the Weaver's lair.
Your address. Look, I see Zorion has returned. Does he bring our new Stormward with him?
No. Our new Stormward has been right here all along. Lufcella has done what Baelgrim and I failed to do for thousands of years.
Were you followed?
At last. This is your backup? Interesting.
The transformatory was a blind spot for me, until Yuteki breached it and achieved ascension.
Have you come to learn?
Scout for troubling movement in the area, then rendezvous and prepare to infiltrate.
May your destiny move well. Your skein sings. We remember all. Do return.
Gathering supplies? Marching out? I've heard nothing of this. Make no mistake, this is preparation for war, and none thought to inform me. This bodes ill indeed.
The stain of dead gods infests this area. It is being used to twist my people into the unrecognizable. Show them mercy and unmake them. Smuggling is common enough in the city, but from the maddening deep, unusual and concerning. I need to know where they're taking that bile, why, and for whom.
Sympathetic vendors in the Umbral Bazaar have offered goods to support our cause. Go and gather them, but... Do you see that? Nothing. Decidedly odd for the City of Threats. The freshly ascended are usually flitting about the Umbral Bazaar. Where have they gone?
offer greetings. May the spores be with you.
They made it. Color me impressed.
Don't get too comfortable. We've got a long mission ahead of us. If those Ascended Guards get close, hit them with one of these vials. It'll provide a distraction.
They don't look tough. I'm sure you'll be fine. Enjoy slinking around. I'll be walking right in.
Ugh. Black blood. Don't touch that stuff. I'm not surprised we found some here. But I don't like that they're moving it around.
It's in my blood!
Fresh from the transformatory and still trapped like ichor. They're shipping these Ascended to the front before they've got their wits about them.
This changes the situation. I don't like the look of that huge thing.
It's an added bit of intrigue, that's for sure. Who's keeping it bound, and why?
I live my life in the shadows.
Don't panic, it's just me. We meet again. We protect you.
What is it you ask?
One spritz of this, and no one will question that you belong in the transformatory.
We're in. Now let's get what we came for and get out before we're caught.
My dear Lillian, well, this is a dangerously unstable formulation. Intriguing.
Wonder if that's what they've been feeding the monstrosity outside.
Our experiments are not for overcrawler eyes.
This experiment dates back to Nephris.
Slender is the strand that guides our destiny, known only by true sacrifice. In our kingdom of Azj-Kahet, no one understood this sacrifice more than Queen Nephris, my mother. I saw this when the Black Empire came to conscript us for their last stand at Nylofa. My mother refused them.
For this treachery, your line will sever itself. This kingdom will wither with the waning of your worth.
Her strength defined us that day. And in that moment, we felt destined for greatness. But In the years that followed, our greatness was tarnished. Look at them out there. Wretched, starving.
I am not immune to our people's suffering. I believe better days will come.
Not if you keep failing to seize the moment. What was the point of you freeing our future, only to leave us buried in the past?
You comprehend so little. There is much for you to learn before you can be queen.
Mother! Mother!
Ansarek? Are you seeing this?
You have heard my voice in your dreams, Great Queen.
The Harbinger.
Yes, of the empire that was. But the old gods are dead. The empire lies in ashes, and a shadow has fallen on your kingdom. But the blood of the old gods can make your people powerful again. Your reign could last for eternity. All you have to do is take my hand.
Your words are tempting, but the cost is too great. I would never risk my kingdom for such power.
Mother, who are you talking to?
Oh, ghosts, dearest. As always, they are my ready counsel.
I'm not sorry for what I said. I only want our people to be great once more.
Greatness is fleeting. What we must do now is endure. Your time will come, child, but only when you are ready. What have you done?
You're not the only one seeing ghosts, Mother.
How sad to have a queen so wise, and yet so ignorant to the call of destiny.
You. Her name is Zalatath. You had your chance, Mother. With this power, Ashkahet is unbound. We will rise. We will conquer. And together, we will finally claim our destiny.
Long live Queen Ansarek.
Thing is Nephros.
Yuteki, we should assess our options.
We go to her now.
My blades stay sharp.
Look what the weave brought. May your threads hold...
We should be careful. We don't know what that thing can do.
That thing is my queen. I will not leave her chained. Bring me whatever bile they have lying around. I'll melt her chains myself if I have to. Don't panic, it's just me. Kahet is Korban.
What are you doing? You're going to get us all killed.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Your ascension is complete.
Out! Now! She seized your techie's mind without even blinking! If she can do that to one Ascended. Still in one piece? Good. This is far from over. What is it you ask? There is much to be done. Keep your guard up. Your techie is not themselves.
You are a worm! Too late!
My blades stay sharp. Easy there, Agent. Let's get them away from prying eyes. Figure out our next move. I live my life in this. In all the excitement, I nearly forgot we had a weapons convoy to deal with. Do not linger. a guard up. Those bombs should give me enough cover to drag Yuteki out of here. Meet me back at the Weaver's lair. We'll figure out what to do with them.
The stain of dead gods infests this area. It is being used to twist my people into the unrecognizable. Show them mercy and unmake them.
Against your marching orders. My own army, spineless. The Queen will hear about this! Yeah! Our plan.
My blades stay sharp. Do not linger. I told her about Yuteki and the convoy. You can tell her about everything we found inside the lab. Good luck.
On your way.
Welcome, little Nephris. My queen lives? No. As you described it, she is but a shell of herself. It would have been better if they just killed her.
You're wrong.
Am I? One monster has sympathy for another.
True death is the end of the story. Anything before that is workable. Let's go, champion. We've got a report to give topside.
Report, Voss. What's down there?
Black blood. They're hauling it up to Hallowfall. And you won't like this. Those ascended Nerubians. Xalatath can stick her fingers right into their minds. They put up a hell of a fight.
A tactic she uses all too often. We'll have to account for that when we face her. War golems would help even the odds against the Nerubians. Help Brynth secure them, champion.
I find more stuff for you! Don't ask where I got it! You need? I got. Bring back more shiny things! I find more stuff for you!
Perfect timing. I'd like you to meet a friend of mine. May the ZZ-0147 is the last maintenance machine of the Deep Forge Golem Works. Say hello, ZZ.
Do you intend to idle all day? Watch your step.
The burden is mine.
conversations terminated.